Hi guys, my name is Rex. I am checking in from just south of Eugene, a lovely, beautiful lake as you can see. So this is probably one of my highs this week, along with a few other emotional releases. Probably my low for this week has been coming to the realization that I've got less than a week left with Tiffany before heading home back to England. So have you guys had any highs or lows this week? If you have, leave a comment and I'd love to hear all about them. So this week in my life coaching course, we've been learning about emotional release and how stuck emotions can cause a lot of damage in all areas of your life. My first sort of glimpse into emotional release was just under a year ago when I was in rehab, and I had no idea that I actually had anything to release. But the therapist saw my hands, sort of been doing this to my hands and rubbing them, and she said, "Is everything right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." While still rubbing my hands, wasn't really sure what was there. So she said, just grab a jacket or a pillow or something and basically squeeze and see if anything comes up. So I think, okay, I'm here to get better. I'll try it out, see what happens. So my friend gives me this jacket, I hold it, I'm squeezing it, and as I'm doing this, I start to feel this fiery ball just building and growing inside me, just spiraling. So I'm thinking, okay, this is strange. So I really feel into it, close my eyes, just hold on to it, and it sort of gets bigger, and this idea pops in my head of what it could be. And then I tell them, and very, very emotionally and hardly, I sort of managed to bring it up to the surface. And as I say what would come up, I just feel this blue and white kind of explosion happening inside of me. And that was my first experience with a somatic release. And I had no idea what it was at the time. I'm only beginning to learn now. And I've had a couple more this week. So going back, so last week I had a near rage outburst. I felt my body kind of filling up with this energy and wanting to fly out from all directions, but I had a lot of fear around that. And still to this day I'm fearful of going into a fit of rage and not being able to contain myself. So I used one of my gifts as an endurer to basically hold all the energy in and brought myself back. You could literally feel the energy coming back into my body. I managed to contain it all into a little tube. I locked into around my heart, managed to hold it all in there. But I now realise that is this really bad thing to do, and the reason why it was so intense is because I've had so many suppressed emotions for God knows how many years, probably my entire life. So I'm now beginning to learn how to get in touch with those, and that's what I did in the spa earlier on this week. I went in and went underwater, so I feel very safe and comforted when I'm around water, as you can see here. And I did some kind of scream therapy. So I went underwater and first took a big breath before I went under and tried to scream it out and release it out. First one felt really weird. I was like, okay, that's not nice. I was very anxious and very concerned about the people hearing me. So I got my partner to stand on top of me, just very lightly, just so I could stay submerged. I didn't have to try and hold myself down. And then I tried it again. The second one, I felt like a little bit of a gap came at the top of my throat, and sort of there was a bit of gap there. I was like, okay, this is getting better. Repeated that again, and the gap went down to there. And I kept doing this until I felt sort of the gap down into my belly. And I just had this sort of white kind of hole, sort of empty kind of nest inside of me. I went in one more time, one big deep breath, and I used my belly to really squeeze out all of the kind of energy inside of me, kind of out. And as I did that, I felt it kind of filling up into my arms. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it one last time, arms down by my side, and then did that, and I felt like it all actually just came out, which was an incredible feeling. And then afterwards I got up and took a nice long deep breath in, and just basically felt a big white, sort of almost like a bottle had been put inside me. It was just empty, clear, pure energy, and I've never felt that before. So that was, from going to a place of thinking, okay, this is really weird, to really kind of embodied feeling of just pure energy and light and kind of happiness and joy was incredible. And my most recent one was it was about two days ago. I was in one of my trio sessions and I went in as the client. I had no idea what was coming up, but my coach in training, she basically did some breath work with me, got me to breathe into my body. I still thought, no, nothing's coming up. And then she asked me to breathe into anywhere that has resistance. I thought, okay, that's quite an interesting idea. So I breathed into my right rib cage, felt a bit of resistance over here. Breathed in a bit more, continued doing this, and I felt a sort of bluey, kind of yellowy, kind of smoke, static, kind of fire energy inside of me. So I thought, okay, that's very, very strange. So I kept breathing into it, and as I looked into it deeper and more directly, I saw kind of like almost like an egg on its side with the top chopped off, and there was like static blue and yellow energy streams going through it. So I still no idea what it was. So my therapist, my coach asked me, does it have anything to say, any colors, what is it? And it's still no idea what it was. So that's okay. And then kept breathing into it, and after a minute or two it just disappeared. I thought, okay, it's done, but then my hand started shaking, and I was encouraged to basically make that shake, to exaggerate that shake as much as I can. So I exaggerated it around with my whole body, started shaking, started jumping up and down, started moving around, breathing into it, and then sort of started to kind of go a little bit. And then after a few minutes of just really exaggerating all the shakes and sort of breathing, my body stopped shaking, but I continued to rock. And every breath in, as I leant forward, I felt like I was pushing all the whatever it was out of my body and just releasing it and really allowing it the space to release and be free and stop holding me back. And the funniest thing was, the most incredible thing after that was the fact that I felt this wave of white, kind of enlightened, just pure energy just flowing into me and just filling my entire body, which I'd never felt before. I used to be very disconnected from my body. No idea what I wanted or kind of what I needed, but I now feel more connected after that white energy came in. Felt a little bit dizzy, just really kind of spaced and also present at the same time, which was incredible. So I've had a lot of kind of embodying presence this week, from both of my somatic works to which has been amazing. I've had a lot of emotional release. I'd be very interested to hear if any of you guys have ever had a similar kind of experience, be it and just feeling any kind of colors in your body. If you want to know more about them, I love doing that kind of work. Love just to hear your experiences and have you fascinated to hear. So if you have, either leave a comment or send me a DM, get in contact with me somehow. One other thing, on my last video when I introduced myself, I said I was going to use this as a video diary for my whole 9-month period. I'm going to post one video every week. So after this, I'm going to edit in. I just did like little minute videos, so I'm going to edit those in now, so you can kind of see how I've progressed as well as myself. Hi guys, now on to week 2 of the 9-month course. As you can see, I'm no longer in England. I'm in Portland, Oregon, visiting Tiff. It's my first time shooting a video outside, which is a bit nerve-wracking, but something I need to get over. Yeah, it's going pretty well. This week we're doing character styles, attachments, development stages. I will retake this video. Hi guys, I'm trying to add on to my week 2 video. So I post the first one, I'm just realising. Something I need to do. just outside Tiffany's school. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk and get us some food from a restaurant, like a shop called My Fit Foods or something. And it's actually really good. All very healthy, good ingredients. All has lots of protein. And then we're off to go on a little. It'll be one of my first experiences, but I'll put that in the next video. Nearly caught up on all my notes. Been learning lots. I'm actually retaining some of it now, and I know there are attachment styles. That's the one thing I was forgetting last time. Development stages and personality something. But yeah, so getting there, which is good. And then it's yeah, also on day 3 of posting to my story, so I've been doing that religiously, which is good. So I have to hype myself up before the call. And now I'm not too sure where I'm going. So I'm gonna have to open up my maps and leave it there for today. So again, guys, still on my same walk to get some food. Just crossing this road, and see in the distance something that looks incredible, and I'll be visiting 4 days time. That right there is not good. Turn around. Right there in the distance. Don't know if you can see that, but you can see it. There we are. Some stuff I've learnt this week and last week about personality patterns. It was incredibly insightful for myself to begin to learn more about the reasons why I do am, because my primary personality pattern is enduring, which basically means that I take a lot of things on. I'll go and I'll help other people out. I'll basically try and take on all their problems to try and help them, without really kind of following my own needs, without basically saying, okay, I want this and this. I have a very hard time expressing my own needs and saying, okay, no, that's too much, I can't do it. I always say yep, even though I know I'm overstressed and I'm overloaded, I'll still say yes, because I want to help other people out. So this week and the last week, I've been working a lot on trying to actually express myself and make my own needs heard, which has been very, I don't know, frightening for me, and challenging as well. But I'm getting there slowly. This is also helping me express myself a bit more and allow my voice to come through. I think one of my most fascinating parts about the personality patterns is learning about the energy flows. So earlier on in the video, I mentioned about sort of the energy flow of the rage coming out of me. Felt like it was coming in, probably originating here, and every kind of limb of my body was just getting filled with energy and wanting to explode out. The enduring energy flow is in and down, so taking everything in and pushing it down. Yeah. Okay. Hi guys. I mentioned earlier on in the video about being an endurer and having the enduring personality pattern. Just a bit of information about that. The energy flow of that is inwards and downwards, which is quite interesting, because when I had my kind of fear of the rage coming out, it felt like it originated here and was just flowing outwards inside of me. And I used the gift of the endurer and that sort of energy flow to bring everything back in and allow myself to contain it, which I'm trying to break free of. And I feel now that I've done those releases, I feel that I'm firstly more inside my own body, and secondly that I don't have as much fear around becoming rageful or angry, because I believe that if it does happen again, it will come out in small bits. It won't just be a massive explosion. I feel that I've actually opened up that little vial that I contained all the rage in, and it's slowly coming out. Firstly through the underwater rage work I did, and secondly through the somatic release I had a few days ago, which I still have no idea what that was, but I feel like I'm slowly beginning to empty out that vial. So then when I do get rageful in the future, it's not as big of an explosion, and I no longer have to be fearful of it. So if anything I've said today resonates with you, I'm incredibly happy, because this is me just sharing my story. So if you want to leave a comment or hit a like or subscribe, I would love you to, and I will see you guys here back again next week. Ta-ta for now. Hi guys. Also going into Hi guys. Hi guys, my name is